Hey y'all, I am back. Of course I am back. Because what choice do I have? Okay, haven't had dinner yet. So, you know what a wise choice is? I'm gonna have cake for dinner. I'm gonna have cake for dinner while I talk to y'all. Because guess what, you guys? I read a book. And I read a book that I hinted at wanting to reread for some time because I felt like it deserved a second chance. And that book today, my friends, is called Mexican Gothic by Silvia Moreno-Garcia. So, for those of you that are new here, hi, hello. My name is Yvonne Ventura. You are here on Yvonne Ventura's channel, where we talk about anything from books, movies, music, all sorts of media, pop culture stuff, what have you. I'm your girl. I'm going to tell you all about it in the worst way possible. So, if you like chaos and you like all things silly, goofy, fun, hilarious, give me a like and a subscribe. Like, subscribe, share the video, do all the things that other YouTubers say to do. We are currently 69 strong. Nice. We are currently 69 strong, gang. I am trying to get to 100 subs. If I get to 100 subscribers, I am going to eat a dozen tacos in a sitting. So if you want to see me eat 12 tacos and have a guest on here talk embarrassing stories about me, then please subscribe. Spread the word. Join my cult. I would be more than happy to have more cult members. All right. So before we get started, a couple disclaimers. Let's see if I remember them because it's been a while. Disclaimer number one, numero uno. This is a retelling. This is not a review. So this is your spoiler alert. There will be spoilers throughout this. I'm going to be telling you word for word, beat for beat, what happens in this book. Well, to the best of my abilities. We all know that my abilities are not that great. So, if you have already read the book, or if you need to know, does the dog die? Is there a stupid ex-girlfriend? Is there some whackness in the plot that makes this book unreadable? I am your girl. I do it for you so that you don't have to. Okay? So that's disclaimer number one. Disclaimer number two. Numero dos. This is a Ratchet retelling. It's not cute. It is disorganized and it's a mess. Your girl wrote notes, but that doesn't mean that the notes make any damn sense. That is right, you guys. It's a mess. I may tell you things out of order. I may completely omit plot points. That is the love. That is just the love of the game. So if you guys want to watch me, stay tuned and see how I tell you this story. And then disclaimer number three, numero tres. This one doesn't really apply to this book, but no, a little bit. Okay, these books are smutty. Okay, these books are smutty. We talk about adult themes, and they're yeah, they're smutty. So if you are a nun living in a convent, stay away from my channel. Actually, no, I have a feeling nuns in a convent probably have some repressed energies that they need. Yvonne, focus. Focus. Okay, so let me try something a little different. Let me give you a review of the book, and if you actually want me to tell the story for you, then you can stay tuned. But for now, for those of you that just want to know my thoughts on the book, I hated it when I first listened to it. I hated it. I hated it. I hated. I loved how it was written, but I hated the ending. Absolutely hated the ending. I thought that we were building such a great momentum, and then the ending went, and it was ruined for me. So the book is essentially it's a Gothic tale. We're talking about old Victorian houses and uh, skulls and not romance, but like dark vibes. We're talking about vampy stuff. It's cool. It's very aesthetic. Okay, it's a really well written book. But I felt like the ending the first time I listened to it was wax sauce, and it made me angry. This time around, because I knew what the ending was, I could appreciate the book a lot more. So I will give Mexican Gothic, and I will give Mexican Gothic a 7.5 out of 10. Okay, just purely because I still hate the ending. I don't know. Come at me. Come at me. If you love this book, come at me, comment below, tell me why you love this book. Because the ending to me, y'all, ain't it? It ain't it. Okay? So that said, you guys, the ones that just wanted to hear my thoughts, go away. Get out. Get out. See you next time. Okay? We don't need you here. Vámonos. Shoo. Shoo. Wusa, wusa. Váyanse. Lárguense. Hello to my chaos lovers. Are we ready? Because I'm ready. I just finished this book yesterday and I've got a lot of things to say. So the book takes place in Mexico. Pow, pow. Mexico, viva la patria. Takes place in the motherland, you guys. All right, so this story revolves around a 25-year-old socialite. Yes, Chuck has things to say. It revolves around a 25-year-old socialite named Noemi Taboada. She is beautiful. She is dark skinned, black hair, dark eyes, pretty Mexican girl. She's gorgeous. Okay. So she's a socialite. She is trying to study anthropology. She wants to get her master's degree, but her daddy, who has the fortune, said, "Nah, boo, you need to get married. You need to figure yourself out. I can't keep constantly paying for you to go to college so that you could smoke your cigarettes and go drive your car and go make out with hot dudes at the club. I can't fund this life anymore. You gotta figure yourself out." And she's right now, okay, in the beginning of the book, she's macking on this dude named Hugo Duarte. And apparently he's like this hot Mexican dude um who looks like Pedro Infante. Um oh, because Pedro Infante, it takes place in the 50s. I don't know. Yes, I didn't mention that. It takes place in the 50s. So, okay, in the 50s, she's a socialite. She's got money. She wants to be an anthropologist. Her daddy said, "No, no, bitch. You need to find yourself a man to get married. I'm not paying for shit." She's busy making out with Hugo Duarte on Halloween. She gets a phone call at the party she's at, and she gets the phone, and it's her daddy. And her dad's like, "Mija, come to the house right now." So now we've got Noemi throwing a temper tantrum because she's like, "Dude, I was about to get litty at this party. What is happening?" So she ends up back in daddy's office and she has a seat. She's like, "Boom." So she's sitting at daddy's office and daddy is like, "Hey, we got this letter from your cousin Catalina." Cousin Catalina, she looks more like me. So she is very pale. She's got ginger hair, and she is, I believe she has light eyes. So for the intents and purposes of this, I have cast Mexican actress Angelique Boyer as Catalina. So Catalina's a few years older than her, and she got married really quickly to a guy named Virgil Doyle, who in the beginning I was seeing as Chris Evans, but seeing as how he's into some freak shit we're gonna discover later. You know who plays a freak really well? Tom Hiddleston. So Tom Hiddleston, welcome to the house. I hear that you are a polyglot and that Spanish is one of your languages. So, si por alguna razón encuentras este video, por favor ven a visitarme. Mi esposo trabaja en las tardes. Preferiblemente si me puede visitar en la tarde, cualquier día de la semana, con la excepción de viernes y sábado, aquí estoy. I said nothing wrong. I said nothing wrong. So we've got Catalina marries Tom Hiddleston or Virgil Doyle, and she ends up moving into a rural town in the Mexican state of Pachuca called El Triunfo. Now, Catalina, it was kind of a scandal when she got married because she got married really quickly, and she didn't really like she just like ran away essentially. And so the family was like scandalized. They didn't necessarily have like a great relationship with Catalina after she left, but she managed to send over a postcard. And in the postcard, it's very frantic and it's pretty much like, bitch, these walls talk. They talk. There's people in the walls. There's ghosts. Did I mention there's people in the walls? All right? Crazy shit like that. And so he's like, you seen this letter from Cata? So Noemi looks at the letter and she's like, that is not Catalina. She needs psychiatric help. And he's like, yeah, but we can't scandalize the family. So I need you to go down to El Triunfo to check this out, but you need to be discreet about it. And she's like, but I'm trying to kiss on these dudes and I'm trying to live my life. Can't you see I got it going on? And the dad's like, I don't give a fuck. Pack your shit. Pack your shit. Get in the damn train. I don't give a fuck. I will cut you off. I will cut you off, Noemi. I'm sick of your shit. So Noemi throws a tantrum, but she gets on the damn train. Okay? So, oh, she was living in Mexico City, if I didn't explain that. Yeah, so she was living in Mexico City. She gets on the train. And she's on the train. Did I mention she's on the train? She gets off the train. She gets off the train. And she's in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. She's like, what is this? Like, I swear to God, she gets down from the train and there's a tumbleweed and it goes, like she's like, what is, where's my Starbucks? Like she's freaking out. And so this old beat up classic car shows up and there's this cute okay, she describes him as ugly, but we can't have ugly in this house. I'm sorry, it's Yvonne Ventura's house and this is Yvonne Ventura's rules. So he's a tall, skinny little white boy with blonde hair and blue eyes and a gentle disposition. So my soulmate, Austin Butler, welcome to the house. You don't speak Spanish, so I can't say what I said to Tom Hiddleston, but just know that that also applies to you. Probably more so to you than it does to Tom. Um, but we're gonna have this character be played by Austin Butler, okay? He's supposed to be ugly. I don't care. Again, we are in my house. These are my rules. I do what I want. So the boy that picks her up is a young boy by the, well, he's not young. He's like in his 20s. His name is Francis. And Francis is the first cousin once removed of Virgil. So he's a Doyle. And he is a shy guy and he like packs up her stuff and they get in the car and he's, you know, they're having a chit chat and they start going up this mountain. Okay? Going up the mountain. It's starting to get foggy. Like hella foggy. Creepy foggy. She's like, what is this? And she's like, oh, he's like, oh, our house is always like that. Oh my God, they're high place. He's a high place is always like that. So they're Old school. They named their house. Oh, by the way, the Doyle family, they're all English. They're all English migrants. They're living in Mexico. And so as they're going up the hill, um, Francis tells her, like, hey, boo, let me put you on game. Here in this house, we don't speak Spanish. And she's like, that's fine. I've been taking English lessons since I was 6 years old. I'm fluent. Let's make it work. So now from this point forward, she is forced to speak English because at High Place, they are some racist bitches and they do not speak Spanish. The only person that speaks Spanish is Francis. More on that later if I remember to explain why. So they get to the place and we meet Francis's mom. Her name is Florence. Is her name Florence? Yeah, her name is Florence. And in this video, Florence is being played by the beautiful Nicole Kidman. She is constantly wearing sad colors of gray and black, and she's got a stank face. And she's bien amargator, like not like she don't like nothing. She don't like noise. She don't like anything. She don't like people. She don't like laughter. She don't like nothing. And she's like, here at High Place, we have a bunch of rules. Blah, blah, blah. You have to follow them. You can't smoke in this house. Which, Noemi's a baddie. So guess what she likes to do? She likes to smoke cigarettes and be like this. So she's already like, what? What you talking about? I can't smoke. And they're like, no, you can't smoke. Also, when it's dinner time, you don't talk. We don't talk during dinner. We just eat. Which, as an autistic person that hates the sound of chewing, this is a sensory nightmare. This right here is enough to make it a horror movie. Talking about we can't have any other outside noise other than the sound of people chewing and being disgusting? Oh, hell no. Hell no, bitch. Okay, so the house is kind of it's Victorian style. It's cool. It's pretty. You know, it's a Gothic story. So, you know, imagine y'all seen Crimson Peak? Like that shit. Right? The house looks like that. And she unpacks her stuff. She gets to see Catalina and they're like, "Oh, Catalina has tuberculosis." But she's like, "Bitch, since when do people with tuberculosis hallucinate that there's people in the walls?" And they're like, she's got tuberculosis. So she goes and visits Cata, and Catalina's over there being like, hi, is that you, Noemi? Okay, she's weird, alright? She's being weird. And Noemi's like, this ain't like my cousin. This isn't her. Well, who's the doctor that's been treating her? And this is when Virgil shows up and he's like, oh, it's the family doctor who I can't remember his bitch ass name. And they're like, okay, well, this is family doctor. The family doctor is like, yeah, she's got tuberculosis. She's got that TB. And she's like, since when do people on TB have psychosis? He's like, they just amplify. It just amplifies what's already there. The bitch was already crazy. Okay. This just made her more crazy. And Noemi's like, that don't sound right. And then they're like, okay, whatever, that's fine. Let's go have dinner. So they go have dinner. Also, there's no electricity in the house. So they gotta use gas lamps. And they're walking around like Ebenezer Scrooge trying to see throughout the house. Okay. So they're sitting in low light, eating dinner. And she keeps trying to talk. And Florence is like, bitch, did I not give you instructions? Don't freaking talk. Don't talk in here. Aquí no talkie. Aquí no se habla. Stop talking. And at this point, we meet the patriarch of the family. He is like in his 90s. We meet Howard Doyle, who is, in my mind, played by Anthony Hopkins, because who else can play a creepy old man other than Sir Anthony Hopkins? So Howard Doyle has a seat at the table. He's sitting next to Noemi. Remember, she's dark skin, dark eye, dark hair, And her cousin is the complete opposite. Her cousin, who looks like Angelique Boyer. Also, who did I cast as Noemi? I casted a younger Ana Brenda Contreras. Can you tell I watch novelas? I, I watch Mexican telenovelas a lot. So these are some actual Mexican actresses that I'm choosing. So he's looking at her. Tell me why this fool starts talking full on eugenics, like full on. There's a master race, and there's inferior and superior phenotypes, genotypes. It's in the genes, and you've gotta procreate strategically to make the best human specimen, and all this madres, right? All this weird stuff. And it pretty much translates to Howard Doyle looking at Noemi and going, bitch, you dark. like hella racist. Hella racist. And Noemi's just trying to sit there because she's like a lady. She's a socialite. So she's just trying to go, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Okay. You know, no, and Noemi's over there going like, what the hell? Get me out of here. What is this? What is this? So that happens. They so there's the weird talk about eugenics, about one race, the mingling of superior and inferior types. Uh she also later on down the road finds this journal on eugenics, and that doesn't make her feel good. She keeps meeting with Catalina, and Catalina eventually gets to a place where she like nobody's in the room, and she's like, Noemi, I need you to go into town and see what's her face? Marta Duval. Marta Duval is the town medicine woman. In Espanol, we call them curanderas. So I will be referring to her as a curandera from this point forward. Marta Duval helped her before. She's like, Marta gave me this like medicine, and it helped me sleep, and I can't sleep. I can't sleep, cousin. These voices in the walls. It's and the buzzing. I can't do it. Help me. So she's like, okay, all right, I'll go. Take a nap, Catalina. Take a nap. And so then the next day, she sweet talks beautiful Francis into lending her the car so she can go down into town. And he does. And he's like, okay. And she drives down to town, and she meets the town doctor. His name is Dr. Julio Camarillo, who, in my mind, is this YouTube influencer who is incredibly beautiful, named Josh Leva. Hi, Josh. Didn't think you'd be hanging out with Anthony Hopkins, Austin Butler, and Tom Hiddleston now, did you? All right. So Dr. Camarillo is there, and she's like, hey, boo, what do you know about TB? And he's like, why? Who's got TB? She's like, my cousin up in High Place. And he's like, that's your cousin in High Place? And she's like, yeah, it's my cousin in High Place. Can you go see her? Virgil said I could get a second opinion, and just trying to see if you can check her out. He's like, no, I'm good. And she's like, bitch, you better come check on my cousin before I cut you. And he's like, okay, I'll be there tomorrow morning. Because Noemi don't take shit from nobody. So she's got him by the balls, and he's like, okay, that's fine, I'll go, that's fine. She's like, that's what I thought, bitch. So Noemi leaves the doctor's place, and then she goes and finds Marta Duval, who is clearly not a day over 500. She is, I couldn't picture her properly, So anytime there's a scene with Marta, I pictured Mama Coco from the movie Coco. Can we just call her Mama Coco? Yeah, this is my channel. Okay, so she goes to see Mama Coco. And Mama Coco is like, hey, I'll make it for you, but it's gonna cost you some money. So she pays her the money, and Mama Coco serves to give some exposition about the family. We find out that she thinks the house is cursed because it used to be a mine, a silver mine. Okay, so it used to be a silver mine. Howard Doyle has been there forever. Howard and his wife had 2 children, a girl named Ruth, and there's a big age gap, and then there's Tom Hiddleston's character Virgil. Okay, so it's known that at one point Ruth loses her shit and she murks the mom with a rifle, shoots Howard, and then she ends up murking herself. Okay, Howard survives, but they talk about, well, Mama Coco ends up sharing that a bunch of people that ended up working in the mine either went insane or off themselves, and that there's just so much death surrounding that place, and that anybody who goes to High Place never leaves. And so she's like, word, they don't leave. But like, I'm staying there. And Mama Coco's like, yeah, nobody leaves. So you're either gonna go insane or you're gonna die. And Noemi's like, all right, well, how soon can you get me that medicine? And Mama Coco's like, give me a week. Give me a week. You've been dreaming funny? And she has. She's been seeing bitches glowing in the dark. Y'all seen that episode of The Simpsons where Mr. Burns is like covered in radioactive goo and everybody thinks he's an alien? She's seeing weird shit like that. Okay? She's seeing weird shit like that. Virgil's making weird passes at her. He's like, hey, you kind of fine. And she's like, whoa, you are married to my cousin who's like locked up in that room talking about seeing ghosts and shit. I'm good off you, bro. Good off you. Good off you. So she's having weird dreams and she's like, no, fine. I'm fine. Mama Coco's like, oh yeah, you're fine. Mm-hmm. So he drives back up to town. Florence is there all mad, and she and Virgil essentially yell at her, and they're like, bitch, we know you've been smoking in that room. We told you not to smoke, and we know you took that car. Can't do that. Just can't. And she and Francis bond a little bit. They hang out at the cemetery where all the Doyles are buried. That's right next to the fancy house. And he starts talking about mushrooms, like a lot. And she's like, wow, bro. You know a lot about mushrooms. And he's like, yeah, I really like mushrooms. She's like, all right, cool. I like smoking cigarettes, driving fast cars, and going to concerts. And dancing. And making out with dudes. And he's like, I just want to be with my mushrooms. So that just is. She's hanging out with Francis. They're talking. He's showing her mushrooms, and she's like, okay, I mean, better than just sitting around wondering what's going on with my cousin. So then Dr. Camarillo comes around the next day, and he takes a look at the cousin. And the cousin, for the most part, Catalina, she's acting like everything's fine until it's not. She loses her shit in front of Dr. Camarillo. And she starts ranting and raving about the voices in the wall, the humming, the ghosts, and the, return the slab. Like, she's doing the most, right? She's, talking crazy. And so then he's like, yeah, girl, Noemi, that ain't tuberculosis. Like, she's gotta get shipped off somewhere, get some help, because this is not, that ain't no TB. And she's like, that's what I'm telling you. And then Virgil is like, well, she's my wife, and we need to treat her TB before we can take her to get seen in Pachuca by a psychiatrist. So what I say goes. And she's like, I don't like you, Virgil. And he's like, I don't like you either, but you're hot. And she's like, that doesn't make me like you at all. It makes me hate you more. And he's like, I get it. I get it. I really don't like you either, but what did that ass do? And she's like, whoa! Back the hell up, Virgil. Oh, okay? Now, Tom Hiddleston in real life. Si me llegaras a decir algo así, tal vez te contestara. All right. Okay. So let's move on with the book. Francis and her, like, you can tell that Francis is starting to get sweet on her, and she started liking back. He gave her his sweater. They've been really nice to each other, and she's like, Francis, I need to go back into town. I've got some letters to send. Now she's still been having freaky dreams, okay? And so now they go down. He drives her down to the town, and he's like, okay. And he was nice enough to be like, I will drive you before everybody wakes up, so that way they can't say shit to me. Okay? I'm gonna drive you down, and you are going to just live your life like normal. And like, I'll pick you up at noon. You figure it out. So she goes down to get the remedio, or the remedy. She's got the remedy. I don't know the words, but Remedy by Jason Mraz comes to mind. And she gets the remedy. It's the experience. I can't. The tincture. They call it the tincture. She gets the tincture from Mama Coco. Mama Coco tells her some more lore about the house is cursed, girl. You should get out. You should get out. She also has this weird rash on her hand that burns. And so Dr. Carrillo gives her like a zinc paste for the rash. The rash also mysteriously goes away the next day. And Dr. Camarillo's like, that's not normal. So then that happens. She gets into it with Virgil because he's like, I'm so sick of you trying to tell me what to do with my wife. And she's like, I'm so sick of you being a bitch. And he's like, oh, I hate you so much, but I want to stick my tongue in your mouth. And she's like, whoa, no, get away from me. And then she has a dream where Virgil visits her. Oh, wait, rewind. This bitch has been sleepwalking, okay? She's been sleepwalking, and she's been waking up in the middle of the hall with Virgil, and he's like, hey. And she's like, yo, no. And he's like, you've been sleepwalking. And she's like, no, player, no. And so now we're at a point where she is having a dream where she's like, I'm stressed out my mind. She gets in the bathtub and she's like chilling in the bath. I guess the bitch falls asleep in the tub. And she has this dream where Virgil comes into the bathroom while she's naked in the tub, and he does some things. Let's just say he reenacts the movie Jaws with his hand, and he and his hands get curious, and she enjoys it. And then she wakes up ass naked in Virgil's room, and he's like, yo, what are you doing in here looking like that? And he's like, and she's like, ah, what are you doing to me? And he's like, I'm not doing nothing to you. I was asleep. What could I possibly done? And she's like, I just know you did something, you creep. And then he's like, oh, I hate you so much, but what does that ass do? So it's just getting worse and worse, all right? And then she finds a way to get Catalina alone. And she's like, Cata, I got your remedio for you. She's like, thank you. So she takes some of her medicine. Tell me why this bitch starts convulsing. She starts having a full-on seizure. She drops to the floor. She's writhing. She's seizing. So she has to ask for help. And then Florence and Francis come in and they try to restrain Catalina to try to get her to stop seizing. And they're like, what, Jojo? She's like, I don't know. I need nothing. She just started seizing. They find the bottle of meds. And so now everybody's pissed and they accuse her of trying to kill Catalina. And now she's like, I was just trying to help. I was trying to get the medication that she asked me for. And they're like, where did it come from? And she's like, not snitching. Oh, Noemi's character goes so hard. She's such a down ass bitch. She's not snitching for nothing. She's like, put me in the electric chair and I still gonna say shit to you because I don't like you because Virgil, you a bitch. Virgil and Florence, both of y'all are bitches. Howard too. Just not Francis. Francis is cool. We like Francis. All right. And so, moving on. She's crying in the cemetery. She's like, I almost killed her. And Francis lets slip that this isn't the first time that this has happened to her. That Catalina took this same medicine months before and she had the same reaction. And so she's like, what? And he's like, yeah, this has happened before. And so she starts asking a bunch of questions. And Francis says, no, I need you to leave. I need you to pack your things and I need you to get out while you still can. And she's like, you can't get rid of me. You can't get rid of me now, Francis. I'm in it. I need to make sure my cousin's okay. And he's like, baby girl, you need to leave. Not that I want you to leave, but you need to leave. Like, he's trying to say something with his eyes, man. She's like, leave. And she's like, no, I'm not leaving. And he's like, oh my God, please listen to me and get out. And so Noemi does not listen. We come now to the climax of the book where, everybody knows that the 99-year-old patriarch is dying. Okay, they're giving him round the clock care because he's dying. And they're like, she's like, okay, fine, I'll leave. And so she essentially is like, okay, I'm gonna leave the next day. And so she has dinner with them one last time, and again they don't talk. And then Virgil's like, you need to meet with my dad. He wants to say bye to you. He's bedridden at this point because he's like hella dying. And so she goes upstairs with them to visit Howard. And I forgot to mention, but Howard's body's like gross. He's got like skin ulcers and like pus coming out, and he's just stanky, and like he's essentially like rotting alive. It's gross. And I could smell it when I was like listening to the book. It's not pretty. It's not pretty. I'm just like, Okay, let's forget that he stinks. Okay, let's just forget that shit. Okay, he's dying, and he's like, "Come here, bring Noemi to me." And she's like, "I'm not going up to you. You nasty. You look gross." And he's like, "Bring her to me." And Virgil, and Florence push her to him, and hold on to your butts, you guys, because it gets really nasty. Okay? Howard pukes black into Noemi's mouth. He does. He does. He pukes black into her mouth. And this is where the story gets very odd. Okay? So she's now hallucinating, and she finds out that Howard is not 100, if not 500 years old or more, and that the secret to his immortality has been these mushrooms that he discovered, and now he has at high place. Like, essentially the fungus is all in the walls, and he's been sacrificing babies, and as every time his body is about to die, using the mushroom, he's able to transfer his consciousness into a new host body and continue living. And so he's just an immortal being, just going into new bodies. And he and the mushroom are like in this weird parasitic relationship. And everybody in the house is part mushroom. And when they ingest this mushroom, they essentially become part of the fabric of fungi that's in the walls of the house that they call the gloom. And the gloom is what's been giving them the weird dreams. And essentially, this is how, like, Howard and everybody are able to like listen in on conversations and know what's happening at all times, because everybody is part of the gloom. Think of it like a cloud. It's like, okay, this is the cloud, and everybody's data is just in the cloud, and you're tapping in and seeing memories and like weird shit from everybody's collective memory. So Francis is a mushroom. Virgil's a mushroom. Florence is a mushroom. Everybody's a mushroom. And they tried to turn Catalina into a mushroom. And she was rejecting the sauce, man. And that's why she was acting crazy the whole time. And so now that she knows this information, she freaks out. She comes to, and Francis is in her bedroom, and he's like, "I tried to tell you to leave, girl. I tried to tell you to leave before they did this to you. But now that you're in this, your only choice is to marry me, because you have to be part of the gene pool." And she's like, "I trusted you." And he's like, "I don't know how else to tell you this. I really like you too, but I didn't want this to happen to you. And you should have left when I told you. But now I'm going to help you, okay?" And he shows her the remedio. He's like, "They told me to throw it away, but I kept it because it supposedly like helps loosen the gloom or the cloud, the Google Cloud's grip on the mind. Also, the gloom that they all have access to make it so that Virgil and Howard can like compulse people into doing their bidding." So we find out that Howard made Ruth murk herself. Okay? Yeah. There's lots of weird stuff happening. Again, my first listen, I heard mushroom people and I was like, the hell is happening? So anyway, now we know they're mushroom people, and he's like, "I'm gonna help you get out. I'm gonna give you a small dose of this tincture every day, and I'm gonna give Catalina some too, so that you guys can find a way to escape." And she's like, "But what about you?" And he's like, "I can't escape. I can't leave." And she's like, "So what happens when Howard's gonna die?" And he goes, "Well, he can only transfer his consciousness into a host that's at least 25 years old. So she's thinking, okay, he's gonna, get inside Virgil and that'll be that. Um, and so she's like, just come with me to the Emerald City. Unlimited, together we're unlimited. Together we'll be the greatest dream. Something, something, I don't remember the words, okay? Glinda, dreams the way we've planned them. If we work in tandem, there's no fight we cannot win. And he's like, I'm limited. Just look at me. I'm limited. He's... But she's like, no, bitch, you're not. I need you to come with me. Because now there's something going on, okay? There's something going on between the two of them. All right? Which I mean, if Francis be looking like that, like, I'm into him too. Okay, so days go by. All right, now it's time for their wedding. And Francis has been like stockpiling like supplies and like putting them in the underground tunnels that they're supposed to escape from. And they have their wedding, and their wedding is essentially they stand in front of Howard, and Howard, like where Howard's like bedridden and about to die, and they feed each other a mushroom. They feed each other a mushroom. And then, the wedding's over, and so she goes back to a room with Florence, and Florence is supposed to try to give her the birds and the bees talk, and Noemi's like, girl, I'm not ignorant. And so then, Florence leaves the room, and she's like, okay, well, that means Francis is about to come in here, and we gotta get freaky deaky, She's not opposed. She's not opposed to getting freaky deaky with Francis. Neither would I. So, guess who walks into the room, girls, guys, humans, non-humans? Virgil. Freaky ass, nasty Virgil tries to assault her. And I don't remember how she knocks him out, but the point is, she swears she killed him. Okay? She killed him, and she ran out, and she escaped, and she grabs Catalina, and, no, wait. No. Yes. No. Hold on. No, wait. I'm right. Okay. So she tries to grab Catalina to escape, or no, wait. She's trying to escape, or no. Florence is trying to kill her. Oh, wait. Okay, I got it. It's back. So she tries to kill Virgil. Virgil is on the floor. Florence comes at her and is trying to kill her. She's got a gun. And they're fighting. There's fight. See, this is me reenacting the fight. There's a fight. And Francis is like, don't touch my bitch. And he grabs his own mother. And they tussle with the gun. And the gun goes off. Francis killed his mom. Matricide. Not mattress side. Matricide. So, Merc's the mom. He's like, come on, boo. We gotta go. At some point, Catalina stabs Howard in the face many times over. That happens. I don't remember when that happens. I think that might have happened before Florence tried to choke out Noemi. And then they start running. They're like, we gotta move. And because Howard is distressed, the house is distressed, and because it's the Google cloud, it's the G cloud, Francis is also feeling distressed. Like he's sweating, he's got the meat sweats, okay? He's sweating. He's not feeling good. He's like getting near. He's had the chills. You'd think he's fighting diarrhea, okay? He's fighting for his life right now, okay? And so they make it down to the tunnels, and they discover the kind of base of the house, and it is a petrified woman covered in fungi. And it's Howard's second wife that he buried alive because he needed to marry the fungi with a human mind to create the gloom, his G Cloud. And so they're like, ew, what the heck is this? And then at that point, Virgil comes down the steps because this bitch can't die. Oh my God. Why can't Virgil die? And then Virgil, he's like, I really hate you, Noemi, but I also really want to know what that ass do. And so then Francis is like, that's my wife, son. And he goes, we could share her. We could share. And you know what? Let Howard die. Let Howard die so I can inherit the gloom and we could be so powerful. Join me, Luke. And he's like, I'm not sleepy. I'm not sharing my wife with you, bro. Ugh, like we're cousins. What is wrong with you? And Virgil's like, a lot of things, but I know what I like. And so then guess what? He starts trying to seduce, using the gloom to seduce Noemi. And Noemi's like on her way to him. And she discovers that what happens in the gloom don't stay in the gloom, because he's like, hey, remember when I, did things to you in that bathtub? Yeah. Oh, ooh. All right. So Catalina, she was kind of in a vegetative state for the most part because she's, Catalina. And so then she finally gains some lucidity and she murders her husband. Just like, ah! She kills him, just stabs him over and over. She's like, bitch, you bitch, bitch, I never liked you, bitch. So she kills him, okay? And so then Noemi, with the last of her cigarettes a la John Constantine. Oh, no, wait. No, it's not her cigarettes. It's an oil lamp. Would have been fitting if it was her cigarettes, because she could have been like, I never liked you anyway, bitch. And like, but whatever. I didn't write it. Silvia Moreno-Garcia wrote this book. So she sets fire to the rain. Watch it burn as I touch your face. So she fucking just goes, and she lights the fungi on fire, and they make a run for it. And the entire house burns down with the dead bodies of Virgil and Florence, and Howard burns alive with the fungi, and everybody dies except for our protagonist Noemi, Catalina, and now Francis. And the book ends with the three of them at Julio Camarillo's clinic. And Francis has been asleep for 2 days because they didn't know if he would be able to survive being without the gloom. They gave him some of that remedy. And he comes to. He and Noemi cuddle together and share a few kisses. And that is the end. But who knows? What if the fungi lives in Francis? We'll never know. Because that's the end of the book. But yeah, guys, that was it. Again, I'll give it 7.5 out of 10 because Mushroom People was not on my bingo card. It was a little odd, but it was very well written. It was suspenseful. There was mystery. It was fun. Okay, wait. Okay, I would not describe the book as fun tonally. It is not fun. It is dark, brooding, mysterious. It's a thriller. It's suspenseful. It's Gothic. It's beautiful, right? But that doesn't mean that I did not have fun listening to everybody get their just desserts at the end. Okay? I would have preferred if Virgil had been castrated by Catalina, but we can't all get what we want. But yeah, that was it. That was Mexican Gothic by Silvia Moreno-Garcia. Thank you all. If you've stayed this long, comment down below a mushroom emoji if you have made it this far. And let me know if you've read this book. If you read this book, did I do it justice? Is there anything I omitted that you think should have been mentioned? And is there any other book that you think is worth me listening to and retelling to you? Or is there any book you're curious about or any movie? I'm open to recommendations now. I don't want to overwhelm myself with shopping and trying to like give myself homework. So I'm just kind of doing these as I want to. But yeah, if you liked what you saw, feel free to like, subscribe, share, and I will be back in the next one. Deuces.